Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here with the Raptors Digest, reacting to some more Toronto Raptors news. That's right, the news keeps on coming with the NBA trade deadline just 2 days away. I know everyone's waiting for Masai Ujiri to pick up the phone and call in a trade and get those Woj bombs happening so these trades actually start going down. But this trade deadline is sort of unprecedented because usually these blockbuster deals, they happen the day of the trade deadline, right? People wait to see what they can milk out of teams. We've seen former All-Stars trade Domantas Sabonis on the move, some star players, some more relative near All-Stars, Caris LeVert, Norman Powell, maybe step below. Maybe I'm overrating it, but CJ McCollum, all these guys moved. It's been pretty wild, the number of transactions that have happened over the past couple of days, but the Toronto Raptors, they're still on the fence. They're still kind of figuring out what's going on. Bobby Webster came out, gave an interview, said he's not in a rush, but it feels like everything that's being said in the media is just a big game of chess. And one guy that the Toronto Raptors are interested in is PJ Washington. We're going to dive into him after, you guys know what the plug is. During trade season, it's also pickup season as pickup basketball is back, and we're fortunate enough to partner with Javelin Sports. You can check out the application. It's in the description as well as the pinned comment. Guys can get out there. You want to hoop, you want to book a court, you want to book a gym, you want to find people to play with. This application gives you everything. And it's founded, it's created, developed by two Canadians from Ontario, right? So support local, download the application. It helps the Raptors Digest out a bunch as well. And we've had our first pickup session tonight. It's happening live as I'm recording it now in Ontario. Joshy Ice, Will, Race Mode Daily. We've got a bunch of guys out chilling at the Battle Center, Battle Arena in Markham. So we're planning on getting another pickup game going, I believe in Brampton, I want to say on Friday. That'll be announced soon, but you'll get the full announcement first on the Javelin app and join our group. Use the code to join. But as I said, the Toronto Raptors reports have come out that they are interested in PJ Washington. Jordan Schultz came out and reported that PJ is a name to watch before the deadline. League sources say the Hornets are listening to calls, albeit not actively shopping him. The Heat, Raptors, and Rockets are three of the teams showing interest in the third-year power forward. Now, PJ Washington, I find this a very interesting report because the Toronto Raptors certainly need some bench depth, right? PJ Washington, 6'7", right? So fits the average height of the Toronto Raptors, 23. So fits the average age of the Toronto Raptors, or maybe not the mean, but probably the median age of this Raptors squad. Fits the timeline, all these sorts of things. He's a very athletic player. He can shoot the three pretty well. If you look at his stats, in fact, his stats are down this season for the Charlotte Hornets, but 10 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 39% from the three-point line. Looking like a very, very solid role player. And the only reason, so basically, report came out, I broke it down on Courtside Digest a couple days ago, but the Charlotte Hornets are randomly trying to shop PJ Washington. Now, the Hornets right now have been slumping. They've been struggling in the Eastern Conference. We beat them twice in the past week or so. We overtook them in the standings, and they have an interesting squad because there's a lot of talent on the roster, lots of offensive talent. LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Mikal Bridges, Gordon Hayward. I was about to say Mason Plumlee, but he's not horrible center, but they have a lot of guys on this team. But defensively, they're 28th in defensive rating in the entire league, and PJ Washington's a guy that you watch him play, he's athletic, but again, same vein as a lot of their players. Not the most clamps guy by any means, but not horrible, but they already have a bunch of offensive firepower. PJ Washington's a guy that could potentially be expendable. I don't really know why the Hornets would be shipping him because you look at his contract and he's a guy that still has 1 year left on his rookie deal. He's eligible for an extension this season, so maybe they want to get ahead of that, get some value in return. And that's the real question. What is the return that they could get or the Toronto Raptors could offer? Now, I saw one Charlotte Hornets fan essentially put out, they brought up, obviously they've seen Precious Achiuwa ball out against their team a couple times this year, hit a couple threes, and they're calling for the Precious propaganda getting sent away for PJ Washington. I'm coming out and I'm saying big NO to Precious being in any PJ Washington deal, at least for me, if I'm the YouTube GM for the Toronto Raptors, and I'm not making that happen. If I'm cooking that up, Messiah, I'm keeping Precious Achiuwa out of any of these deals. You can't throw in a Dragic with unless you're taking back bad salary, but you can't throw in Dragic unless you want to take back a Gordon Hayward, and the Hornets want to let go of Gordon Hayward, right? You want to take on some bad contracts, right? That's not going to happen. PJ Washington's only on a $5 million deal, so. What other young guys could we offer? Would they want Chris Boucher? Probably not, because he's a free agent at the end of the season as well. Is probably going to be commanding more money than a PJ Washington. So this report from Jordan Schultz has me a little bit perplexed in terms of how the Toronto Raptors could make something happen without bringing back additional salary, without bringing back a big contract on the Charlotte Hornets that would, we wouldn't really be too interested in long term, but if you get a young guy, obviously the Toronto Raptors are looking for bench depth, and Washington would be cool there, right? The Hornets have some guys. Bouknight has been frustrated with his minutes, so maybe you could get him for cheap, but I don't think they're going to give up on a top pick that early. These Charlotte Hornets teams aren't, so it's interesting. It's interesting to see what could actually go down, but looking through the trade machines, looking through everything, I feel like this one's just smoke. I don't think this one's actually going to happen. I'm more bullish, and I saw a lot of people saying in the previous video that Miles Turner, unlikely to get traded now, and yes, while it got more unlikely, there's been so many red herrings thrown out there trying to deceive people and stuff, and if the Pacers are trying to up the value, right, they just have to say, oh, he wants to stay. There's no need for us to trade him, right? When a player wants out, you get less value back for him, get the sense of urgency up, and I don't know, if the Pacers want to rebuild, are they trying to keep Turner? Maybe, but, and I did talk about that in the video, so that's a guy I think is more realistic, and then obviously at this sort of backup wing power forward position, Danilo Gallinari is the guy that I'm thinking is probably more likely player in terms of contract-wise, in terms of veteranship-wise. Apparently, the Atlanta Hawks actually have interest in playing Goran Dragic on their team. They currently have Lou Williams getting legitimate minutes for them. So, Goran Dragic, given what he did for the Miami Heat last year, and he did have a couple nice games for the Toronto Raptors this season. Maybe they see something in Goran Dragic. I don't really know. But so those are routes I think are more possible. Jakob Poeltl, apparently I should add some segments to dive into this a little bit deeper, but apparently Jakob Poeltl, the Chicago Bulls inquired about Jakob Poeltl, Jakob Poeltl trade, and the Spurs turned down a deal that was centered around a future first-round pick. Not sure if Kobe White was also in the deal, but that can make it tough for the Toronto Raptors. I don't think I'd give 2 first-round picks up for Jakob Poeltl, but 1 I'm definitely doing for Big Yak, coming in, being a mobile center, doing all those things, playing on the defensive end. But 2 and a player, probably not. But we'll see what Masai Ujiri can be doing. There's been so many trades, so many blockbuster moves. It's time for fleecing. It's time for fleecing, I must say. So Masai Ujiri, get on your stuff and get us some good players back to fill out this bench. But you guys are the best to make it this far. Check out the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twitter. If you made it this far and you're not subscribed, subscribe anyways. But to add more incentive, we're doing our hoodie giveaway again in this next live stream. It hasn't been claimed just yet. And if you are someone that won a live stream, I forget the name of the person that won the live stream in the previous one, I apologize. But Miguel, if if you've watched this video and you forgot to claim it and you won, right, email us at raptorsdigest@gmail.com. That's where you claim it, or go in the comment section. We'll reach out to you. But anyways, enough of me rambling. You guys are the best. I'm signing out. Cheers.